Well, hello sinners, and welcome back to day 4 of the 12 days of Sinmas. You know, I'm starting to think it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Ooh, sorry? Yeah, you. So for the 4th day of Sinmas, I'll be handing out some coal, but not to you. You're all on my nice list. Today, we'll be reading some holiday-themed r/am I the asshole stories. Normally, I would save this for the end of Sinmas, but I want to keep you on your toes because I'm so crazy, you can't take me anywhere. Oh, no. It seems like any sort of interpersonal drama ramps up this time of year, as we'll see in a sec. But it makes sense because emotions run high throughout the holiday season, and that tends out to bring the best and worst in people. How this will work is that at the end of each story, we'll give each person 1 to 5 pieces of coal. If the person gets 1 piece of coal, that'll mean they suck, but they're redeemable. But if the person gets 5 pieces of coal, they're going straight on the naughty list. 9 out of 10 Santas hate this person. But if someone's not at fault, they'll get 0 pieces of coal. You get it, I trust you. You know, we've been around the block, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, not like that. Okay, let's just jump into it. I don't know. Am I the asshole for being hurt that my mother-in-law wanted to exclude my daughter from Thanksgiving and Christmas to protect my sister-in-law? Ooh, boy. You know, if a mother-in-law is involved, that is definitely gonna be good. And by good, I mean bad. By the way, if you are triggered by discussions of miscarriage and fertility problems, please skip to the next video. I'll put the timestamp right here. So OP is a 31-year-old woman married to Tyler, who's a 32-year-old man. And I gave birth to our first child, a baby girl, almost 3 months ago. I love Tyler very much, and I always felt grateful that I married into the family I did. I grew up with a single mom, and it was always just the 2 of us. I love my mother dearly, but I always wished I had a larger family unit with siblings when I was little. My mom passed away from ovarian cancer about 2 years ago, and so now I truly don't have family apart from my in-laws. Side note to OP, I am very sorry for your loss. That is awful. By contrast, my husband's parents are happily married, and he's one of 4 children. Everyone has always been kind and welcoming to me, and I always have a blast at their holidays and family reunions. The only exception is Tyler's twin sister, Ashley. Dun dun dun! Since I met her, Ashley has been cool and standoffish towards me. Not the good kind of cool, is what I'm getting at. Not like cool, like cool. You know, especially compared to her friendly younger brothers and parents. She's never been outright mean to me, but she's also never made much of an effort to ask me questions or get to know me. I know she also has some resentment towards Tyler, and sometimes comments on the fact that he's the favorite and that everything comes easy to him. Some of her comments irk me since I know how hard Tyler has worked for his success, and also see that he has struggles he doesn't share with the family since he doesn't like to burden others. At first, Tyler sounds like the golden child of the family, but it's giving people pleaser. I've never said anything about the comments since Tyler accepts it's the way she is and doesn't get too bothered by her. Even though Ashley and I are far from best friends, I've been sad to learn that she's had a hard time getting pregnant. She and her husband have been trying for around 2 years now, and she recently had a miscarriage. I've tried to be mindful of what she's going through and intentionally avoided talking about my pregnancy and now baby around her. I even declined my mother-in-law's offer to throw me a baby shower, since I thought it would be difficult for Ashley with everything going on. Interesting. I mean, OP sounds very thoughtful and mindful of her sister-in-law's feelings, even though they have an icy relationship. Maybe I'm speaking too soon, but I like OP so far. With that being said, the entire family has been incredibly excited about my daughter. My husband is the first of his siblings to have a child, and so it's an exciting time and transition for the family. Yesterday, my mother-in-law and father-in-law came to our house for dinner. My mother-in-law said she had something difficult to speak with us about and started talking about what a hard few years it's been for Ashley. My mother-in-law said Ashley is excited for us, but it's painful to see me with an infant when she's wanted to be a mother for so long. She said Ashley is dreading the holidays because she's worried everyone will be focusing on and fussing over the new baby. My mother-in-law said that she was looking forward to spending the holidays with us, especially since it's our daughter's first Thanksgiving and Christmas, but she's trying to think of her daughter's feelings as well. My mother-in-law basically asked if we could either sit out on the family Thanksgiving and Christmas this year or hire a sitter to watch our daughter so all the focus won't be on her. Yeah, hiring a sitter for a 3-month-old baby, that sounds like a good idea. My mother-in-law even floated the idea of me staying home with the baby and my husband stopping by quickly to say hello. You're out of your mind, lady. My husband was livid. He said that Ashley should be the one to stay home if she can't manage her emotions, and my mother-in-law said that Ashley is going through a lot and needs her family right now. My husband said he's not celebrating the holidays with the family unless the baby and I are both included. I started crying, which surprised everyone since I rarely show emotion. I said that I feel terrible for Ashley, but I'm incredibly sad and disappointed that my daughter is being excluded. I explained that I don't have family now that my mother is gone, and so I really want my child to have a strong bond with her grandparents, uncles, and aunt. My mother-in-law said there will be opportunities in the future for her to bond with the family. I said, I don't think I'll feel welcomed in the future now that I know they're so willing to exclude both myself and my daughter. I said, it's sad that we're clearly not viewed as an important part of the family since my mother-in-law was so quick to suggest we both stay home. I said, I understand that Ashley is her daughter, and so her loyalty will always be to her first, but also I'm very hurt by the request. My mother-in-law started to backtrack and said that she loves me and her granddaughter very much, and that this clearly wasn't the right way to handle the situation. She said she was trying to do the right thing, but she didn't spend enough time thinking everything through. My husband was still fuming and asked his parents to leave, even though his mom was crying and begging to work things out. I've gotten several calls from my mother-in-law today. I know I should give her a call and hear what she has to say, but I'm still so hurt. My husband is also upset and doesn't want to participate in the holidays this year. Maybe I'm being selfish under the circumstances, but I can't believe how easily they could exclude my baby. Am I the asshole? I need to take a long sip before I unpack this. Jesus Louises. So this kind of issue is way outside my knowledge of expertise, considering that I'm an unmarried, childless woman, but I'll do my best to give my perspective. I want to start off by acknowledging Ashley's pain because while I've never struggled with fertility issues, I've never tried to have a kid, but as far as I know, I don't have fertility issues. With that being said, I understand that fertility issues are hard. It's very hard on the couple, it's very hard on the expecting mother, and I can't imagine how painful miscarrying your child must feel. And I'm very sorry that Ashley and her husband have to experience that. And I understand why Ashley wouldn't want to be around children around the holidays because it might bring up feelings of resentment and envy, sadness, grief. Because it's I'm sure she wishes that was her kid celebrating the holidays with them. Ashley wants to have that experience as a mother on Christmas. Buying her baby gifts, taking them to see Santa, baking cookies, all of that. And I 100% acknowledge Ashley's pain. And I know grief makes you do strange things. It makes you act out of character. But I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, Ashley. And I do say this with love, by the way. Your triggers are not other people's responsibilities. It was already enough that OP declined a baby shower because of your feelings, but this is way too far. On the other side, you could argue that, oh, the baby's so young, they won't even remember not being there for their first Christmas. But it's first of all, the mother and father will remember not being able to celebrate with the family and their baby. And number two, how long is this child supposed to be in exile? Is there a certain age that they'll have to reach in order to be welcomed at these family events where Ashley won't get triggered? Will it be until Ashley finally does have a child? When does this end, hypothetically? And also to me, personally, based on what I've read now, OP could have also been a massive bitch to Ashley, and maybe that's why Ashley's so cold to her, but I'm only going based off what is presented here. And it seems like OP has tried to form a relationship with Ashley. So based on that knowledge, it seems to me in a way that Ashley is weaponizing her grief as a way to get back at OP for whatever is going on between the two of them. She's projecting her feelings onto OP and Tyler because she and OP don't have the best relationship. And instead of channeling those feelings and speaking to her husband about it or going to see a grief counselor, she is taking it out on OP because she doesn't like her. And in turn, that's ruining her relationship with her twin brother. Even though it sounds like there was already some tension there, this certainly doesn't help. Now, we haven't even gotten into the mother-in-law yet. And I get it, I agree with OP. Mother-in-law's loyalty is gonna be with Ashley first, with all of her kids first. But she's got to recognize how ridiculous this is. She's sacrificing a chance to bond with her granddaughter or her grandkid. I don't know what gender the baby is, but the grandbaby, we'll say that. And I don't think the mother-in-law is coming from a bad place. I think she's simply thinking of Ashley and her feelings, but she's not considering OP and Tyler's feelings. I agree with OP. The mother-in-law is going about this the wrong way. But I don't think it's malicious. I don't think it's out of hatred for OP. It's the mother-in-law's way of trying to keep the peace because I'm sure she wants Ashley there. but like, you know, you can't punish this baby simply for being born. And you can't punish OP for Ashley's infertility issues. Those are two separate things. I do want to address Tyler for a second. Typically, you would see the guy siding with his mother-in-law in these kind of situations. Not even fully side, but like come to her defense. But I respect Tyler for standing up to her and for standing by OP and their baby's side. Like, okay. Respect. It seems like based on what we've read that Tyler has really good boundaries with his parents. That he also seems fed up with Ashley. Long story short, I don't think OP is the asshole. So obviously OP and Tyler do not get any coal. I do not think they're at fault in this situation. In fact, I think they're handling it as best as possible. I would feel bad giving Ashley 5 pieces of coal just because she is grieving the loss of her child. She's going through it right now. She's not in the right headspace. But she's also been kind of mean to OP even before all this, which is why I think I'm going to give her 4 pieces of coal. And we didn't really hear much from Ashley's husband in all of this. Like, I don't know if he's just like standing on the sidelines. He's letting his wife duke it out with all of them. But I'm going to give him 3 pieces just for fun. The mother-in-law, I'm going to give 4 pieces of coal to her as well. Like I said, I don't think she's coming from a malicious place. I sincerely do think she's trying to consider her daughter's feelings, but she definitely isn't going about it the right way. Now, I'm going to give the father-in-law 3 pieces of coal. Now, we didn't hear much from him in the story. I'm sure more went on behind the scenes, and OP, you know, didn't include every single detail. But just like Ashley's husband, he didn't come out and stand up for Tyler and OP and his grandbaby. So that's why I'm giving him 3 coals instead of 4. Like his wife, I think we can agree the ultimate asshole in this situation is the baby. Like, you're how old? Stand up for yourself. At 3 months old, I was strapping my boots up and going to work. All right? This is pathetic. You are a pathetic little child. You are a pathetic, helpless little being. Yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think down below. Do you want to help that special someone in your life look and feel their best this Sinmas season? Well, I have the perfect solution for you. Manscaped, who are kindly sponsoring today's video. Manscaped is a grooming company focused on the health and hygiene of men, though anyone of any gender can use their products. And for the holiday season, Manscaped is offering the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, which is their all-in-one grooming kit. The Performance Package includes Manscaped's best-selling Lawnmower 5.0 groin and body hair trimmer. It's sleek, waterproof, and comes with 2 interchangeable blades so you can trim or shave your body hair to your liking every time. And with the Ball Aftershave Lotion and Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, you'll be ready to slay all day. The Performance Package 5.0 Ultra also features the Weed Whacker 2.0 for all those pesky ear and nose hairs. And the best part? Each kit comes with 2 holiday bonuses. Manscaped's Boxers 2.0 in the color Midnight Bravo, and the Shed 2.0 toiletry bag. If you need an awesome present for the holiday season, or you just want to treat yourself, you can get 20% off your order plus free shipping with the code Forcino at manscaped.com. That's code Forcino at checkout for 20% off and free shipping when you go to manscaped.com. Stay on top of your grooming game and be ready for anything the season throws your way. So thank you to Manscaped for helping me and my sinners feel fresh and confident this Sinmas season. Now, let's get back to your scheduled programming. Am I the asshole for giving my mother-in-law a fake copy of my house key and quote-unquote exposing her on Christmas dinner? Oh my god, not the mother-in-law again. What is it with you mother-in-laws misbehaving around the holidays? Not all mothers-in-law. I've heard great stories about mothers-in-law. I want to preface this by saying that I, F34, married my husband, M37, a year ago. Ew! Gross! Like, I'm fine with men and women dating, but just like, Keep that out of my face. I don't want to see it. His mom is Snoopy and annoying AF. His mom is Snoopy? Like the dog? All right, I'll stop. Let's actually get into this. She can't help it. That is just how she is, as my dear in-laws say. My husband and I purchased a new house recently. My mother-in-law kept pushing to get an emergency key. She promised that she'd only use it in an emergency, but given the fact that she had an emergency key to our old apartment and walked in on us being intimate twice, but my husband didn't think it was a big deal, I just couldn't trust her, so I just sent her a fake key after she kept pushing, and she had a smug look on her face after I hand delivered it to her. I'm sorry, but your mother walking in on you having sex not once but twice is kind of a big deal. I think it would be a big deal in most cases, no matter who it was. Days go by, and at Christmas dinner, mother-in-law angrily called me out on the fact that I gave her a fake copy of the house key. She shamed me for doing this in front of everyone, but in my defense, I asked her how she found out, and she said days ago when she came over at 4 while my husband and I were out. I reminded her, didn't you promise you wouldn't use it unless there's an emergency? So you tried to get in when there was no emergency and you broke the promise you made to us. She looked red in the face, and the other family started staring, and some even laughed at her for the face she made. She suddenly got up from her seat and rushed into the kitchen, where she had a huge meltdown so loud the next door neighbors must have heard. Literally, I've never heard a 60-plus-year-old woman throw a tantrum like that. That's so funny. Not the tantrum. Needless to say, dinner went awkward, and my husband and his sister were giving me looks. My husband went off on me in the car and said I lied and manipulated and humiliated and exposed his mom, and said he wouldn't have let me get away with it had he known. I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids. We had an argument, and he's demanding I apologize to his mom for my childish behavior and for ruining Christmas dinner for the whole family. Am I the asshole? See, kids, don't be like this husband. Be like Tyler from the last story. Stand up for your partner. That's funny as because, like, technically OP gave the mother-in-law a house key. She didn't say for which house. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. Now I'm talking to the husband. Dude, put your fucking foot down. All right, this is weird. You're saying your mother walked in on you having sex with your girl not once but twice? Have you no shame? Maybe this was a little immature on OP's part, but like, was she wrong? I don't think she was. Maybe the mother-in-law needs to learn not to enter spaces where she's not welcome. Don't walk in unannounced. 60 plus years old and we're just learning that. Something else I want to note, the meltdown at the end of the story, again, funny as I think there was 2 reasons why the mother-in-law had a meltdown. Number 1, she was mad that she wasn't able to enter their house. And 2, I think she was even more pissed that she was being called out in front of other family. Like, maybe this behavior is something she's gotten away with for years and years and years without the family knowing, or maybe not knowing the extent of her behavior. But now that she's being publicly called out on it, she threw a tantrum. I think it was the laughing that did it, because no one likes to feel embarrassed. And that is pretty embarrassing, but that is all the mother-in-law's fault. You made your bed, now lie in it. All right, so there's been an edit to this. So this went off unexpectedly, and I thought I'd show my husband some pretty helpful comments I found here minutes ago, but he got mad at me when he saw it and said I was nuts to talk about his family online. He demanded my phone so he could delete it, but I refused, and I went upstairs and into the bedroom. I've never seen him so agitated, and I didn't think he'd react like that, honestly. But thank you guys for your support. It really means so much. I'll update if I can. Thanks again. This is giving Matt and Kelly from I Love a Mama's Boy. Matt, I fear I'm looking into your future, but I think now is the perfect time to hand out some coal. We're going to start with the husband. Initially, I was only going to give him like 3.5 pieces of coal, just because I could sympathize with the fact that this is what he grew up with and he doesn't know any better. And I guess that he's used to having his mother push his boundaries, and he doesn't have the equipment, the capability to stand up for himself. But then I thought, this is a grown-ass man, and he is letting his mother talk to his wife this way. And the fact that he wanted to take OP's phone and also started yelling at her, I would give him like 4.5 pieces of coal out of 5. I don't know if I want to give someone 5 out of 5 pieces yet. I feel like that's saved for extreme cases. Maybe this is an extreme case and I'm just off the mark. But Mr. OP's husband, do better. Do a lot better. Now, OP, I do not think she's an asshole. She is an icon. She is a legend. Maybe I would give her half a piece of coal because that was kind of petty, but was she wrong? Like, I don't know. She's kind of incredible for that. Now, Miss Mother-in-law, I'm going to give you 4.5 pieces of coal. Don't know if it's worth 5 whole pieces of coal, but just like with your son, you're getting up there. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Can't wait to see you guys on the next season of I Love a Mama's Boy. Now, I lied. All right, I am the asshole in this video because not all of these stories are from r/am I the asshole. This next one is from r/true off my chest. I don't remember if I've ever covered this subreddit on my channel. Basically, people post their unfiltered thoughts. They're not looking for advice. They're not looking to see who's the asshole in this situation. It's a place to vent. And the title of this one is Cousin's Gift Ruined Christmas and Possibly My Relationship. What is this gift? I'm intrigued. I come from a big family. Our holidays involve extended family like second cousins, etc. My fiance and I are in our mid-20s, and there are a lot of cousins in their 20s and 30s. Last night, we had our big Christmas party. It was fun to see everyone until it was time to exchange presents. My cousin Anna, not her real name. Okay, I'm glad it's a fake name because if Anna is doing something f***ed up, I don't want to be associated with her. My cousin Anna hands out pink envelopes to all the 20 and 30-year-old men who have married/dated into the family. My fiance received one and quickly put it in his pocket after opening it. I was distracted opening my gifts and didn't ask to look at it. About 20 minutes later, my cousin Rachel, again, not a real name, pulls me aside and says Anna is giving out cards with instructions on how to get a discount subscription to her OnlyFans. Rachel's boyfriend got one of the pink cards and showed Rachel because he was weirded out. Good man. I'm pissed at this point because I suspect my fiance's card also has an OF discount, so I asked to talk with him and he denies getting a card from Anna. Just a discount? No friends and family special? I'm kidding. Oh my God. Let me just make that very clear. I tell him, I saw her hand you one and I watched you put it in your pocket. I go to grab his pocket and he suddenly remembers getting a card but claims he didn't open it. I take it from him and of course it's already opened and of course it's about fucking OnlyFans. More men should be like Rachel's boyfriend. I go back inside to confront Anna and find her already arguing with a different cousin who is upset because her husband has already tried looking at Anna's page. Oh, what is it with these men? Ladies, stand up. Oh my God. You know, maybe Anna was doing you a favor. In a way, I'm not defending her. I'm gonna rip into Anna in just a sec. But maybe this was a litmus test for all of your boyfriends and husbands to see how they would deal with this kind of situation, with this temptation, if you will. But don't think I'm letting Anna off the hook, because I definitely won't. Anna claims she's just trying to get her business off the ground, and no one appreciates all the hard work and skills it takes to be successful in a digital career. She says her gift is not sexual, it's just marketing. I mean, this isn't a fucking Patreon, this is OnlyFans. Two different things. Some of the older relatives are starting to take sides too, but they're mostly really confused about what's going on. Anna's mom started crying because of something I said, and my mom tried to get me to apologize, which pissed me off more. I wish she included what she said to Anna's mom. Give us the deets. This is Reddit. What are you hiding? I love how Anna describes this as a business she's trying to get off the ground, as if she's like opening a restaurant or selling clothes or something. Like, this isn't asking your family to support your new candle company or whatever. At this point, I leave with my brother and his husband because I don't want to spend the night with my fiance at home, and I don't feel like going with my parents when my mom is pressuring me to apologize. Oh, and surprise, surprise, Anna didn't give my brother's husband a card, so make of that what you will about the intent behind her gift. I'm actually considering calling off the engagement over this, and I'm pissed at my cousin for ruining both Christmas and my relationship. Before I continue, I would like to say that I am pro-sex workers. I have a problem with the sex work industry, but I do support the workers within it. All right, let me be clear. What I'm gonna say does not apply to all sex workers. This is just specifically in Anna's case. Anna, what the f***? What's wrong with you? This crosses the line. Obviously, you shouldn't be advertising your OnlyFans to your family, even if they are marrying or dating into the family and they're not technically related to you. It's weird, but like I also mentioned earlier, could this be a test? I don't think so, but like, why is OP's fiance pocketing the card like he never took it? Why, so he could subscribe to the OnlyFans and off later tonight? No. Oh my God. Like, why lie about something like that? Like, it's clear OP's fiance was saving it for later. And maybe Anna believes that the men her cousins are dating aren't that loyal, which gave her extra incentive to hand them out. Even if they were all cheaters and liars and whatnot, this still shouldn't have happened. This is so disgusting and out of pocket to do. But in a weird way, this could also be the best thing to ever happen to OP. Let me explain. All right, I know that sounds bad, but like, if it wasn't the cousin's OnlyFans, it would have been something else in the future. Her fiance doesn't seem like the most trustworthy person. If it wasn't now, it would be later. He's probably subscribed to other people's OnlyFans on the down low. So her anger at her cousin, I totally understand. This was out of line, but I would also be just as pissed at the fiance too. And again, what did you say to Anna's mom? Please share with the class. Come on. There's no updates from OP, but she replied to a different comment and said that Anna is not posting SFW content, which confirms my suspicions. She wants her cousin's boyfriends and husbands to look at her adult work. And it's like, I'm all for supporting small business, but like, do it ethically. No, it's not a thumbs up right now. It's a thumbs down. OnlyFans seems to be a phenomenon among the younger crowd, so I'm sure all the old people were like, what the f is going on? What the hell is, whose OnlyFan is that? I know this isn't an Am I the Asshole post, but if it was, obviously OP isn't the asshole, but I'm still gonna hand out pieces of coal anyway. OP is obviously getting 0 pieces of coal. She already has enough on her plate. I think this is a big moment, but I think I'm gonna give Anna 5 pieces of coal. Congratulations, you are the worst person in this video so far, but not for long, because I'm also gonna give OP's fiance 5 pieces of coal. You both equally suck and you both deserve each other. I hope you two get married. And Rachel, the other cousin, also gets 0 pieces of coal like OP, because if it wasn't for Rachel, OP would have no idea this was going on, or at least not find out when she did. I'm gonna give Anna's mom and OP's mom 3 pieces of coal. While they're not directly at fault, they are defending this behavior in a way. So, you know, what the fuck? You know what? Actually, I might give OP half a piece of coal because you're not spilling all the tea. What did you say to Anna's mom? I will not rest until I find out. But on that note, support sex workers. Maybe, you know, not if they're doing this, but, you know. Now, this 4th post is from Am I the Asshole? We are so back, sinners. Am I the asshole for giving my niece expensive presents but not my nephews? This one's a long one, so buckle up. So this is a 30-year-old woman, and she has 2 siblings, a brother B, who's 34, and a sister S, 39. When OP says S for her sister, all I can think of is Serena Vanderwoodson from Gossip Girl, because Blair Waldorf called her that all the time. But now I'm gonna imagine Blake Lively as the sister in the story. Anyway, growing up, S got everything she wanted and was spoiled. My parents would make B and I share our birthday and Christmas money with her so she didn't feel left out, but she never had to share with us. She was allowed to do multiple dance classes each week, while B and I had to drop out of sports because our parents couldn't afford it. For Christmas, B and I would get new unbranded clothes and books, while S was gifted mobile phones, MP3 players, PlayStations, designer clothes, and handbags. This is carried onto S's kids, 16 and 13M. For their birthdays and Christmas, my parents will gift them hundreds of dollars of stuff, while mine and B's kids will get a small toy or 2. My mother excuses it as S is a single parent and struggling financially, whereas my husband is from a wealthy family and B has a wife. Okay, already kind of like the first story, now you're projecting onto the kids. Just so weird. B and I have asked our parents to give these bigger gifts separately away from the other kids to avoid hurt feelings, but they do it anyway. B and I weren't gonna go to our parents for Christmas Eve this year. My mother asked why, and we said it was because of the gift situation and also because they only ever talk about S and her kids. What is it with S? Is it because she's the older sibling? Probably. My mother promised it wouldn't happen this year. B and I decided to give her a chance and go. Everything was going okay until it came time for gifts. My husband had to work and was going to come later and bring our gifts, but my brother, sister, and parents handed theirs out. My mother disappeared towards the end and came back with special presents for S's kids. 16M got a new phone and 13M got a new iPad, and they got some other gift cards. My kids didn't really care, but my niece Evelyn was upset. 16M told her to stop being a baby and she should just be grateful she got a gift at all. 13M and S laughed. Ugh. Them kids. Not really, but like also. Seems like S is setting a really great example for her children. Mother of the year. I was pissed. I texted my husband to stop at the shop and pick up something extra for Evelyn on his way over, thinking an extra gift card. He came in with a new MacBook Pro, iPhone 14, iPad and pencil, PS5, a big Lego kit, and several gift cards worth over $1,000. She was stoked. You got room for one more this year? Or my nephews were given some designer shoes they've been wanting and $50 cash. They asked what else they were getting. My husband said nothing and that they should be grateful for the gifts they got. I'm just amazed that he was able to get all of this the day before Christmas, because I feel like stores would be sold out of this. It seems like the husband came in later, so I'm also surprised that the stores were open this late. Anyway, before we continue, I want to calculate the cost of this haul. So a new MacBook Pro, the very basic one, is $1,800. Already a lot to get a child. So an iPhone 14 is about $800. iPad and pencil, $349. And then an Apple Pencil, right, that costs $99. Jesus Christmas. How much is a PS5? That's like, I think I paid like $500 for mine. A big Lego kit. Now see, you might not think it would be, but like Lego kits are expensive. We'll say $100. How about that? And several gift cards worth over $1,000. So we'll just put $1,000 for simplicity. So the total cost of Evelyn's gifts was $4,648. Like I said, you got room for one more this year? I'll bring food. I make a mean apple pie. My sister went off, screaming about treating everyone equally and making her kids feel left out and how they need computers and PS5s as well. Oh yeah, they need it. It's life or death. My kid needs a PS5. My brother said, like how mom always has treated everyone equally, and my mother started crying. Oh my God. She said she gets she was wrong, but this wasn't the time and we ruined Christmas. Oh my God. I think you ruined Christmas, actually. You've been ruining Christmas for a long fucking time. My husband said we were leaving and invited B, sister-in-law, and Evelyn to his parents' house the next day for Christmas lunch. They came and my in-laws gave them an all-expenses-paid trip to Disneyland and spending money. My sister found out and is demanding she gets one for her kids as well. I'm just trying to think of a way to get into this family. Like, I know I'm 26, I'm way too old to be adopted, but like, I'm fun at parties when I'm not anxious. These people are rich. That's what I'm taking away from all this. S and the parents are reaping what they sow, you know? This is literally a prime example of getting a taste of your own medicine. Like, you don't like watching these other kids get spoiled in front of your own kids, yet, well, that's what your brother and sister have had to deal with for years. And the parents have enabled this behavior. This is the monster they created. And the monster they created two little monsters. I don't know what else to say besides the fact that S sounds like a spoiled brat who's never been told no, who's never been told to shut the fuck up a day in her life, and now everyone around her has to face the consequences. And now she's raising two boys to act the same way. I wouldn't be surprised if the 13-year-old was gonna watch Andrew Tate Instagram reels on his new iPad. Like, did OP's husband go a little over the top? Yes, but he also proved a point and shoved a mirror in all these people's faces. And I think it's awesome that he's in such a good place where he can gift his niece such expensive presents. It was very generous of him. I mean, part of it was probably motivated by getting back at the parents-in-law and the sister-in-law, but you know, I could let it slide. So OP's not the asshole, obviously. Same with her husband, Daddy Warbucks, her brother B, the sister-in-law, and Evelyn, my queen. I'm sure she was bragging at school, you know, first day after winter break. So none of them are getting coal, obviously. Now for the nephews, S's kids. They're still young. They're 16 and 13 years old, and I feel bad giving kids 5 pieces of coal in this case. Because they're young, they have time to grow and learn from this behavior. You know, it's easy to emulate their mom's behavior because they're still under her roof and they're still young, but like, hopefully maybe when they're out of the house and meet new people, you know, gain new experiences, they're able to see the error of their ways and change as people. Am I being too hopeful? Probably. But with that being said, I'm going to give them 3 pieces of coal each. You know, you said you wanted more gifts. Here you go. I'm going to give the parents-in-law 5 pieces of coal each. Because, you know, the fact that they enabled this behavior for almost 40 years and mistreated their other children for years is insane. Like, I'm not a parent yet. I don't know if I'll ever be a parent, but I can't imagine showing this much favoritism towards your child. Even if it's not intentional, if I knew that my behavior was making my other kids upset, how do you not feel terrible in that case? And then I'm going to give S 4.5 pieces of coal. I know this is controversial, but the only reason why I'm not giving her 5 full pieces of coal is because her parents made her this way. She has been enabled and spoiled her whole life, and this is just her. But also at the same time, she is an adult. She is raising little humans. She should know better. So maybe she should get 5 full pieces of coal. I don't know. I'm kind of undecided on that. Let me know down below. I'm sure you will make your thoughts heard. But yeah, the mother and father-in-law. I feel bad. I feel like I've been digging into parents-in-law throughout this entire video. I'm sure most parents-in-law, specifically mothers-in-law, are very nice, very good people. It's just these parents-in-law that are pissing me off. But Mr. and Mrs. OP, please let me know what I can do to secure an invite to Christmas this year. I'm open to doing just about anything. Which brings us to our last story of the evening, or the day, depending on when you're watching this. I'm filming this at 7:30 p.m., so it's the evening for me. But the title for our last and final story is, Am I the asshole for leaving my in-laws Christmas dinner after I found out that they didn't make accommodations for me? What are these accommodations you were seeking, OP? I guess we'll find out. I got invited to my fiance's family Christmas celebratory dinner. It's my first Christmas with them. I've always been picky about what I eat. Can't help it, and it has to do with psychological factors, childhood, and personal likes and dislikes. Before accepting their invite, I let my future mother-in-law know that I wouldn't be eating the traditional food at their celebration and showed her a variety of dishes to choose from to accommodate me. So yeah, mother-in-law, I could either eat all this beautiful food you prepared, or you can make me mac and cheese and dino nuggets. But the food can't touch. She refused and told me to bring my own dish. I said if I had to bring my own dish when I'm a guest, then I better stay at home then. We went back and forth and I insisted I wouldn't come if accommodations weren't being made. I just thought it was a simple request and future mother-in-law could have agreed if she really wanted me there. My fiance agreed that I should bring my own dish, but I didn't. When we arrived there and I saw that no accommodations were made, I got up, got my things and walked out and went home. She strikes me as the type of person that thinks ketchup is too spicy. My future mother-in-law and fiance were shocked. I got tons of calls and texts from them both, and my fiance came home lashing out, calling me selfish and spoiled to walk out like that over a dish that his mom didn't have to make for me, and that it was my responsibility to feed myself. How is it my responsibility to feed myself when I'm a guest? Makes no sense to me. I told him this and he accused me of starting shit and ruining my first Christmas with his family and disrespecting his mom. Now he's continually saying I f***ed up and I should have sucked it up for the family's sake. As a fellow picky eater, though I am getting better at it, OP comes across as very entitled. This person doesn't mention having any specific allergies, intolerances, or like conditions where they can't eat certain food because they'll like their body will shut down or something. And I know that there's a condition called ARFID, which right here it says that stands for Avoidant Restrictive Food Intake Disorder. It's a type of eating disorder, and it's when people are extremely selective and sometimes have little interest in eating food and only eat like a small variety of comfort foods. It doesn't seem like that's the case here, and my comments are not directed at anyone who is suffering from that. My heart goes out to you. You know, I wish you the best. Enjoy your comfort food. I'm not talking about you. I'm wondering what these special dishes were. Watch it be like grilled chicken or something. Spaghetti and meatballs. But OP did clear a few points. For those saying I have no respect for my in-laws, I do, especially my future mother-in-law. I respect her, but this is so far the biggest conflict we had. I work long hours, even on holidays, so not much time to cook. I wasn't asking for an elaborate dish or several dishes, just one simple option. So if you just wanted one simple option, why didn't you bring like a frozen dinner from the store? Or like get your favorite takeout the night before and put it in your fridge until it was time to heat it up. I know I'm coming down hard on this OP, and a lot of their picky eating, like they said, comes from like their childhood and like psychological stuff. But based on the information that was given, they come across as extremely entitled and disrespectful in this situation. Like, you're not gonna at least try your mother-in-law's food. I'm a picky eater too, but I still try to eat a little bit of everything when I go to my partner's family's house. I don't know. I've also heard of people who have specific diets that bring their own dishes because they can't, you know, eat what's being served. So I feel like this isn't like as uncommon of a scenario as OP is making it out to be, but I don't know. As for cold distribution, I'm only gonna give OP like 3, maybe 3.5 pieces of coal, because while they sound annoying as they're not the worst person in this video, all things considered. And then everyone else is fine. They're the only asshole in this case. But I don't think this person is far gone. I feel like they could easily clear up the situation by sitting down with the mother-in-law and explaining their side and apologize for their behavior. That's why I would only give them 3 pieces of coal. You know, hopefully they learn their lesson. They learn to be more open-minded when it comes to food. And like I said, if you are someone who suffers from ARFID or any similar type of disorder, these comments are not about you, I promise. And if OP said that they were struggling with something like that, I would have taken it into account, but they said psychological factors, and that seems very vague to me. But yeah, I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say about these stories today. I feel like this was a really good bunch. I feel like there's a lot of good discussions that'll come out of this. So please comment any and all your thoughts down below. If there's any other subreddits you'd like me to check out going forward, please let me know. I have a Google form linked down below if you want me to talk about anything specific in the future. Next year, because all these videos are pre-filmed, fun fact, we're not live right now. This is a pre-filmed, pre-edited video for your consumption. You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for the 4th day of the 12 days of Sinmas. If you're liking Sinmas so far, give this video a tiny, tiny thumbs up. Subscribe down below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 5 of the 12 days of Sinmas.